Yo, you tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
Broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Guerilla Cross Radio.
And what up, and how do you do, everybody? It's your man, Michael Price, listening to the Final Countdown. We are live from Guerilla Cross Studios in lovely downtown Las Vegas. Give us a phone call. That's 702-608-3259. Man, I think I'm about to get some cheaters out here, man. Getting old. The show, as always, is brought to us by our good friends over at Mossberg Injury Lawyer. If you're looking for the best representation, slip and fall, accidents, whatever the case may be, give them a call. That's 702-222-4555. Got some great guests lined up, as always. We have Mr. Marcus Berg with the Legal Zone, and we're going to talk about, possibility of some chairs swinging in the air at basketball games, and Antonio Brown out there in trouble. Imagine that, Antonio Brown in trouble. Who go figure? It's 2020. We thought things would change. And then we also have, and get this, people, we have the owner of the Marijuana Hall of Fame that's going to be joining us. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. Obviously, weed, but John, yeah, that's right. That is not Jeremy sitting over there. That is our good friend John Carlisle. JC is going to be joining us today. What's going on, Jay?
Hey, how we doing today, man?
Doing real good, dude. Real good. It's Las Vegas. We got a lot of things coming up sports-wise, so I'm excited about it. I had a new announcement that we're going to get into about the new team in town. So let's do what we do with some barbershop chop.
Perfect. Hit it.
Barbershop Chop.
Well, the first news in all the news is that it's been decided. Super Bowl, Kansas City Chiefs.
Tough game at Arrowhead. I don't think ever. That was their first win, I believe. To have that kind of history and those kind of quarterbacks and those
was played out of his arse last Sunday. That was just a beautiful piece of work. He kept them in the game because they started out like they did the week before. Against. God, I can't think who they were playing, but
they were playing Houston. Week before, yeah.
Houston, and you had that slow start. It was something that I didn't anticipate because it's the Kansas City Chiefs. They can score 100 points right now. I think they just did.
Yeah.
But Mahomes got him in rhythm. He started hitting his targets, and then the rest is, here they go.
Steve Young used to always say it takes one quarter to get in your groove after a bye week, and they gave him that free quarter, and then look out, it's on. It is.
It really is, man. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but I think this is probably going to be one of the more dynamic Super Bowls if everything plays out like it should on paper.
Right.
The defense of the San Francisco 49ers, tied in with a little offense.
Styles make fights.
That's it, man. That's it. So I'm looking forward to it, and it's down in Miami. Come on, man. It's going to be a good time down there.
It will be. It's
going to be a good time.
South Beach.
And stand on football. Hell, I thought he retired 3 years ago, but I guess Eli Manning has made it official, and he is retired from the NFL. I am so on the fence on how I feel about Eli Manning, and I put him in that same Jay Cutler category, just that look on his face.
Yeah.
And I know you're not supposed to judge people how they look, their appearance and their body language, but he just never looked like he was interested, and that took him to win 2 Super Bowls over 2 great Tom Brady teams.
Yeah, some people would say he was disinterested. Some people would say he's detached. Either way you cut it, the guy, I think, over the course of his career was really calm, pretty steady. You kind of knew what you were going to get from him, but he was never great. He was never a top 5, borderline top 10 quarterback. He'll get in the Hall of Fame because his last name is Manning, and he's got 2 Super Bowls. So I don't think he should be there, but he's going to get there.
Well, you know what? He did something that we always talk about as far as athletes and being in New York. He won championships in New York with 2 of them. That's right, correct me. 2 championships in what they say is the hardest media town ever. And like I said, like you were saying, the name Manning on the back of it doesn't hurt. But man, that one commercial where they're talking about championships, and he's walking down Wall Street, he just flashes his 2 rings, like, all right, dang, he has a little something there in his step. And I go, man, is he really a top 5, top 10, top 25? What is he?
Never. He was
what
never. Well, he was consistent and equal. Think about the arc of his career, right? So he starts and he's kind of down, but then he spikes up. He gets a championship in 2007. Then he hits kind of a lull again. and then back up in 2011. So he had those championships staggered out by 4 or 5 years, so nobody had long enough to really get down on him. Now imagine he had those 2 championships right out of the gate, and then the rest of his years were like they were, but all stacked onto each other.
Right.
He would have been out of it. He would have been retired 3 years ago.
No, you know what? That's a good point, John. Yeah, the fact that he staggered them out there, he did what I think you want your teams to kind of do, but he did it in an ugly fashion.
Yeah.
Because each year that they won the championship, they were not favored. If I'm not mistaken,
No,
they were both 9-7 teams.
So right about the time that City's ready to give up on him and lose hope, here's a title. And it buys you some time.
Did just enough.
Yeah, buys you some
just
time.
enough for you guys to love me. I'm back. The mayor gave me another ring. Thank you, Giuliani. Thank you, Mr. Giuliani. So, man, I don't know if you know, basketball is my favorite sport.
Oh, yeah.
It's the thing that I just sit down. I would watch the Little Sisters of the Poor is my favorite thing, play the Fathers of the Damned. And last night we had the next chosen one, as everyone's speaking. Zion Williamson finally hit the court.